Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, councillors, officers. I'll do a bit of housekeeping to begin with. We're not expecting a fire alarm. If a fire alarm does go off, it's a real one. Members of the public gallery, an officer will come up. I think there's already one up there. Rowan will wave his hand. He'll escort you out. Members down here, please use the fire exits to the side. Can I also ask that everyone's mobile phones are turned off as well, please, or switch to silent or airplane mode. Thank you very much. We'll move on to agenda item 1, apologies for absences. Councillor Bilby.
Apologies from Councillor Corbett, Councillor Flatley, Councillor Heavens, Councillor Jane White and Councillor Apple.
Thank you, Councillor Bilby. Councillor Broadhurst.
Thank you. I have apologies from Councillor Charles Archer, Councillor Naomi Archer and Councillor Steve Green.
Thank you, Councillor Broadhurst. Is there any other apologies for absences? Councillor Mee.
Apologies from Councillor Pays.
Thank you very much. Any other apologies for absences? No, fabulous. We'll move on to agenda item 2, declarations of interest. Do any members have any interest to declare?
No.
No, brilliant. We'll move on to agenda item 3, long service awards. I'd like to invite up 2 champions of this chamber up to the front. Councillor Athwell and Councillor Bilby, please. These 2 gentlemen thought it was wise 20 years ago. Said it was that well. 20 years worth of service. 20 years worth of service is extraordinary to the public, and as a token of gratitude, a bit of an award. But thank you very much, gentlemen. No, thank you. I know Councillor Major will definitely want to speak on this. Oh, well, if you want to. Councillor Major.
Thank you very much, Your Worship, and congratulations on a fabulous year as Mayor. Particularly would like to pay tribute to Councillor Atwell, who's been a councillor for so longer. It's almost part of the wallpaper. Not many of us achieve that length. It's only half the time of Mr. Parkinson in the corner, though. But when he's always been an absolute champion for Wilsthorpe. Got many things done. I know there's many not respirators, defibrillators. Thank you very much. See, I was just checking you remember what he'd done. Many defibrillators on the walls throughout Wilsthorpe for him. I think he got 50 on in the end. So he's been a real champion, not least up at the county council where he served as cabinet member for highways and did a fabulous job. And the borough's definitely in a much better place, and particularly Wilsthorpe would be without him. So thank you very much, Cable. And particular thanks to Councillor Steve Bilby, who's been an amazing colleague, not just on the Borough Council, but on the parish and in Sandyacre as a whole. Many things that we've achieved locally could not have been done in Sandyacre without him. We've had some fabulous times, including putting Christmas trees up and me falling off the ladder. He said he was old in yet, I'm not sure. But Steve really does get his hands dirty. We've cleaned off graffiti, litter picked, all sorts of things, and he's a fabulous champion for Sandyacre and for Erewash, and truly believes in the cause. A real stalwart of what a councillor should be, and a real champion of the community. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you very much.
Councillor Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first question I have to ask is, was there video evidence, and did you win 250 quid for him falling? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Obviously, again, just like to congratulate Councillors Athwell and Bilby. I think any of us that put your head above the parapet and stand for election, it's never easy. There are challenges, I think it's safe to say, and we've certainly, from my point of view, we've had some interesting debates across the chamber. But the important thing is that actually, doing the job and doing it for such a long time, it shows a commitment to the community that everybody loves. But also, I think the other thing to pay tribute to is not just obviously the two members, but also their families, because for 20 years they've had to put up with unsociable hours. They've had to put up with meetings at ridiculous times of the day and agree to that to do the work that they do. It is never easy to stand in public service. And to do it for so long is a credit to them and to the borough. So on behalf of us all, thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item 4, election of mayor. Councillor Alfrey.
Thank you, Your Worship. Fellow councillors, distinguished guests and residents, it's my honour to rise today and support the appointment of the new mayor. Greg is someone I've come to know during my time on the council, and I can honestly say he's a person that I admire. His professionalism is second to none. His commitment to delivering for residents we serve is clear in everything that he does. He has approached his role with integrity, determination and genuine desire to make a difference. Earlier this month, I had the privilege of standing on a picket line with Greg, a moment that I really underlined to me that under and amplifies his sense of duty and his willingness to stand up for what he believes is right. It is those qualities that define strong public service, in my view. Beyond the council chamber, we've also discovered a shared passion for American football. Although I should add, and there is an agreement perhaps where this ends, Greg remains firmly devoted to his charity Pittsburgh Steelers, and I would suggest go Packers. But differences aside, their shared interests have been fundamental, and we've had good conversations and a few debates. If I'm honest, when I first became a councillor, I never quite expected to build the friendships I have within this role, particularly with my colleagues and across the chamber. And yet in Greg, I found a colleague, a friend, and perhaps a comrade. In closing, I would like to remind Greg of the advice he shared during his charity gig with his band, the Roadkill Blues, the words of the late B.B. King. He better not look down if he wants to keep on flying. Greg has carried out his duties as Deputy Mayor with dignity and respect to the post, and I know he will continue throughout the year in office to do this with his wife Gail supporting him. Therefore, I move that Councillor Greg Miscallick be employed and be elected Mayor of the Borough in the ensuing civic year. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Alfrey. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Thomas.
Mr. Mayor, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to stand before you this evening to second the nomination of Councillor Greg Miscallick as Mayor of our borough. I have known Greg for a number of years now and can wholeheartedly endorse the sentiments already expressed by Councillor Alfrey. Greg is someone who brings warmth, wisdom and integrity to everything he does. He is approachable, friendly and genuinely interested in people. Whether speaking to residents at community events, chatting with colleagues in the chamber after meetings, or supporting local organisations, Greg has a remarkable ability to make people feel listened to and valued. Public service is not something Greg does, it's part of who he is. He works tirelessly as a community leader and is deeply committed to the values of fairness, compassion and public service. He is a progressive with a focus on trade unionism and has been a member of the NEU and other teaching trade unions for 42 years. Greg believes strongly in standing up for ordinary people and strengthening our communities, and he demonstrates those values every day through hard work and dedication. Greg's life experience also brings something truly unique to this role. Born in the United States, he chose to become an English citizen 11 years ago because this country, this community, and this borough became his home. And that choice speaks volumes about the affection and commitment he feels towards our borough and the people who live here. Greg is an international diplomat and a talented jazz musician and band leader. Greg has spent his professional career as a music teacher. He has devoted himself to nurturing the next generation through music and education, encouraging young people to grow in confidence and creativity. Greg and Gail have lived in Ockbrook for 28 years. They care deeply about our borough. Greg has tremendous civic pride and a sincere love for this area and its people, and those qualities matter enormously in a mayor. The role is about representing everyone with dignity, kindness, and enthusiasm, and I know Greg will do exactly that. Therefore, Mr. Mayor, I wish to second the proposal that Councillor Greg Mascallick be elected as Mayor of the Borough for the forthcoming civic year.
Thank you, Councillor Thomas. Do I have any other nominations? Fabulous. It's been moved and seconded that Councillor Mascallick will assume the role of Mayor of this borough. Can I have a vote, please? All in favour? Any against? Any abstentions? That has passed. Congratulations, Mr. Mascallick.
I, Greg Mascallick, having been elected the office of Mayor of the Council of Borough, sorry, let me start over. I, Greg Mascallick, having been elected to the office of Mayor of the Council of the Borough of Erewash, hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfill the duties thereof according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Showtime, Greg.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's great time people have that. Yeah, I'm trying to start. So yeah, it's one thing I think like yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's nice to have. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everybody in the public gallery, councilors, officers, guests and staff. Please sit down. I humbly stand before you to accept this great honor of the mayor of the borough of Erewash. I follow in the footsteps of a councilor and immediate past mayor, Harry Atkinson, and thank him for his very successful year as mayor. He worked tirelessly to improve the lives of all in Erewash, and he is a true example to us and all of the community focus and mindfulness that he had. On behalf of all the borough of Erewash, I thank you for your amazing year of service as mayor, Harry. I'd also like to thank Councillor Alfrey for nominating me and Councillor Thomas for seconding my nomination. Both your words of support are too kind. I am humbled by your words and thank you very much. Over the past year, whilst carrying out my duties as deputy mayor, I have been conscious that the office of mayor is not for the personal gratification of the post holder. It implies a commitment to serve not only the borough and the borough council, but also the people of Erewash. In this respect, I feel very proud this evening to pledge myself to do my very best for the whole of the borough. I sincerely hope to meet as many of our residents as possible during this year and look forward to representing you at the various functions within the county. I'd like to thank all the officers, our acting CEO, and the civil team for all they do to make this council run smoothly and efficiently. As was said in this chamber several months ago, let's face it, the officers make us politicians look good. And I do pledge to do my utmost to ensure the smooth running of the civic role during the forthcoming civic year. And I know that I can count on the assistance of the civic team. So right now, I would like to, it's getting annoying. Right now, I'd like you to meet my family who's here today. First of all, whilst carrying out my duties, I'm going to be supported by my wife, Gail. Gail is over there, and she is what makes our family run. It certainly isn't me. And she is why I can do what I can do and why my two daughters can do what they do. Gail works tirelessly for all of us, and I'm very proud and very lucky and very honored to have her be my consort for this year. Gail? Oh. Okay. I also have two daughters who are up there in the gallery, Hannah and Kate, and they're my pride and joy. And afterwards, when we have our little meet, for some refreshments. Perhaps you can meet my family and talk to them some more. It's interesting because there are two things that have happened on this day. This is the 21st of May is my father's birthday. He would have been 95. He died a year and a half ago, as many of you know. So I'm sure he's looking down and enjoying, but also he would be reminding me that of my civic duty and that I have to do well and represent him as well. Also, my one daughter, Hannah, is studying to be a teacher. I tried to convince her not to, but kids never listen, you know? Okay, but anyways, today she passed her probation period, so I'm very proud of her. So, you know, the mayorship is just the third thing, but those two things are very important. And so is the mayorship. But anyways, also, my sister, Anne, and her friend from high school, Joyce, have come in from Pittsburgh. And they're here today. Probably the longest traveled to come to a mayoral make-it, you know? So they set the world record on that, I guess. And I'm very honored and pleased that they came. And then also a good friend and working colleague, Emmanuel, and his wife are up there, and he is a real star at where I teach at school, and I'm glad they were able to make it and come and support me as well. So one of the other things is, you might find this might going off piece, but it isn't really. You ever walk by a shop window? This is for the older folks, actually. And you look at the shop window and you go, what the heck happened? You know, and you have one of those moments. Well, sometimes those moments can be really good. And this is one of those ones. There's a counselor in here that I actually taught in senior school. And that's Counselor Eddie. and I just wanted to recognize you and wish you well in all your political endeavors. And it was a pleasure teaching you as a student. And you know what you do and represent is very fine. And I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Okay. Now we have our we have our pastoral and chaplain team. And in that team, we have two people. We have the Reverend Tim Sumter, vicar of the parish of Ockbrook and Borowash, and also a parish counselor for Ockbrook and Borowash. Reverend Sumter and I have formed a very strong friendship over the past 25 years, and I can always rely on his counsel when needed. Reverend Sumter has also overseen modernization of the parish church and is a leading light of calm reassurance and spiritual guidance within the parish. Father Andrew Cole, he's parish priest for the parish of St. Ralph Sherwin. I have the pleasure and honor to work beside Father Andrew at the school I teach at, St. Benedict's. He always seems to know what to say in any situation, and he is a guiding spirit of the school and greatly respected by all. His presence is one of calm, good nature, and very sound spiritual guidance of the school and the parish of St. Ralph Sherwin. Both Reverend Sumter and Father Cole will bring what is needed to the table at EBC in the form of pastoral support for all. I hope you all stay afterwards for refreshments and meet both these fine community leaders and religious scholars. And at this point, I would like to invite both Father Cole and Reverend Sumter to just say a few words of prayer, please. Could they use your microphone, Councillor Miller? You can stand if you wish.
And so the first prayer. Loving God, we thank you for this meeting and for the significance of the mayoral investiture. We thank you for Councillor Atkinson and for the time given to his mayoral duties. And we thank you tonight too, especially for Mayor Councillor Mascalik, Greg, and pray for your blessing to be upon him as he seeks to do all he can for the people of this borough over the next 12 months. Loving God, thank you too for all the councillors here and for the time and commitment they give to seeking to improve the lives and well-beings of all the places and people they represent. Bless them, bless this meeting, and help them to work together for the good of this borough. Amen.
Almighty God, we thank you for creating this world which is our common home. We thank you that so many people give of themselves in the public service. We pray your blessing upon all those who exercise authority in this country and beyond, that they may always be people of integrity, that they may always listen to those whom they are called to serve, that they may always work for the common good, no matter what backgrounds they come from, what area they represent, what point of view that they hold, that they may always seek to open doors and not close windows, to build bridges and not barriers, that all people may come together in truth and freedom, in peace and justice, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please sit down. Yeah. So my charities as mayor this year, I visited many charitable organizations around Erewash and truly admired the work they do. If it wasn't for charitable organizations, I feel the whole country would probably collapse. Their work should not be underestimated at all. And I will continue to support all charities across Erewash and have chosen 2 for central focus in my year as mayor. The first charity is Home Start Erewash. This charitable organization is centered on helping young single mothers navigate life and put them on a positive course to become great mothers to their children and productive members of society. What an amazing organization with more challenges than most of us could deal with. Yet everyone I have met at Home Start several times carries out their work with calm and assurance and great passion. It is therefore my great pleasure to promote and assist in any way possible, not just financially, the work of Home Start Erewash. For my part, I am actually offering my services of music for some of their summer events, and also I will be donating my mayoral salary in December so that they can use it for Christmas, to make Christmas better for the people that they work with. Canaan Trust is the second charity that I'm going to be having a special focus. This charitable organization helps the homeless of Long Eaton and further afield. I recently did their big sleep out by the cenotaph in Long Eaton, and that was a real eye-opening experience. And I would recommend anybody to do that because it is just incredible. I would like to thank all in this chamber who sent words of support before and after the event. I'd also like to thank our Erewash MP, Adam Thompson, for coming down and spending a few hours at the big sleep out, and Councillor Corbett, who came down as well and shared with me. He has done the big sleep out 7 times. And the Canaan Trust was his charity when he was mayor. As I said earlier, if it was not for charitable organizations, this country would fall apart. Certainly, if these 2 charities were not around, Erewash would be all the poorer for it. So it is my great honor to have these 2 charities as focal points during my year as mayor. Dates for your diary. We have a civic service already planned for Sunday, the 11th of October at All Saints Church in Oakbrook, 3 p.m., and a civic dinner and awards in civic service at Westgate Suites in Long Eaton on Saturday, the 20th of March. It will be American themed, go figure. And it's going to be kind of a hoedown. So there you go. And this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, we're doing a rock and blues festival at the Royal Oak in Oakbrook from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. each night. And we'll be doing, it's free to attend, and we'll be taking up a retiring collection if you so wish to give. And so that all remains for me to be said is please join us afterwards for some refreshments, photos, and community fellowship. And please know that you are more than welcome to join Gail and I at any event and enjoy the civic year with us. Thank you. I'm in training, so you do have to forgive. Okay. Okay. And now it's time for a vote of thanks to the retiring mayor and consort. And I ask Councillor Broadhurst to speak and move, please.
Thank you, Your Worship, and congratulations on your new appointment. I'm pleased to be able to move thanks for Harry Atkinson as outgoing mayor. Every mayor has their own style. Harry's style as mayor was a loud one. Through his youthful enthusiasm, social media presence, and the great Reliant Robin adventure across Europe, Harry developed a degree of celebrity in the borough. It was difficult to go anywhere with Harry without him being stopped at some point, although it must be said that he'd always stay for a conversation with whoever stopped him, even as he would be stood at the pub doors eagerly awaiting a pint. As we know, Harry is a great patron for local businesses, particularly the local curry houses and pubs. Unfortunately, Harry's local fame is not quite enough to prevent him from being possibly the only mayor in the country to still get his ID checked at the bar. As we know, Harry was the youngest mayor in the country, and as far as I'm aware, the youngest in the history of this borough. I do hope that his time as mayor is not remembered as a novelty, as it was far from it. Harry has proven to be an able chair of full council, and his term has been consequential. Harry has been part of the team that has significantly improved the council's communications. Through his online videos explaining council policy and advertising grants, he has helped bring communications into the 21st century. As I'm sure Councillor Howard will tell you shortly, interest in the shop sign grant skyrocketed following Harry's video on the topic, bringing the grant to the attention of local businesses and improving the look of our high street. Harry has also transformed the civic dinner to make it unequivocally a celebration of our community rather than a celebration of our council. Holding the dinner in this town hall, catered for by a fantastic local business, and celebrating outstanding members of our community with the Civic Voluntary Awards, Harry has brought our civic events where they belong, right at the centre of our community. Councillor Atkinson has been a great fundraiser, most notably with his 2,000-mile round trip across Europe to our twin towns, where he raised almost £2,000, bringing this fundraising total to a total of about 6,000. This money will go to two causes close to Harry's heart: the youth programme at our brilliant local radio station Erewash Sound, and to help fund a brand new hut for the Sorley Scouts. Finally, I'd like to thank our council officers. I'm confident that Harry would be the first to admit that his level of ambition for the term has made him a headache for council officers. I'd like to thank them for their hard works and talents in supporting Harry and making his term as memorable as it was. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. This is my third version of this speech in 2 years. First, I proposed Councillor Atkinson as Deputy Mayor, then last year as Mayor, and now I'm thanking him for all the great work he's done this year. There were a lot of things in that first year that well demonstrated stuff to come, but he's done plenty more, which I think has blown us all away. Exactly 1 year ago today, actually, we gathered at the Old Galaxy Cinema in Long Eaton to start tearing it down. Harry had the honour of swinging a big hammer to kick the demolition off. It was a great day, visibly delivering on the promises of the Long Eaton Town deal. And of course, both Councillor Atkinson and I got to have a go in the digger. So it was truly a highlight. Not long after that, Councillor Atkinson made a video for the Erewash Borough Council Facebook page telling everybody about our shop sign grants. They had already existed for 2 years, but tens of thousands of views later, we couldn't keep up with the pace of applications. Now when a local business owner tells me I'm checking every day for the grants to reopen and I get stressed, that's almost all down to Councillor Atkinson. And shockingly, this wasn't even Councillor Atkinson's most viral online moment. Somehow, a video of him lighting the bonfire in West Park last November ended up getting millions of views. So over the past year, Harry has probably reached more people than any mayor of Erewash before him. It's not just people going, "Are you the mayor?" on Bath Street anymore. No, it turns out that some of his biggest fans of all live in Nigeria and Iraq and especially the Philippines. Not content with his global fame being confined to the internet, though, last month Councillor Atkinson took his mayoralty truly international, visiting our twin towns in France and Germany. Trundling across thousands of miles in his 1992 Reliant Robin. On the Autobahn, I know that it got up to 75 miles an hour, which, from my own experience in the back of that thing, it's scary enough at 30. Sadly, though, when they got to the Nürburgring, they were turned away. The car was just too rickety for the famously dangerous racetrack. Beyond all the fun, though, Councillor Atkinson's mayoralty was always grounded in service. He's raised thousands for the Crawley Scouts to get a new scout hut, a cause so close to his heart. From joining as a child to volunteering as an adult, Scouting has shaped so much of Harry's life, the entirety of it that he can remember, basically. And I know he'll continue giving his time and energy long into the future. So in conclusion, Your Worship, I second Councillor Broadhurst's motion of thanks. Thank you, Harry, for all your work over the past 2 years. I think people are probably going to be talking for some years to come about the mayor of Erewash, who was 26 years old, 6'4", and drove around in a bright blue Reliant Robin.
Harry would like to speak, I think.
If that's okay, Your Worship.
That is fine.
Yeah, I don't want no one to hear. So be sure, promise. It's a huge honour, and I hope that you and Gail had a fantastic and successful and enjoyable year. I know you will represent the borough with pride. Over the past civic year, I've had the pleasure of attending 132 engagements across Erewash. Each one has shown me just how special our borough is and how many people give up their time and heart to make our community better. There's been moments as solemn, the 80th anniversary of E-Day and VJ Day, Donald Rose's funeral, and of course our annual Act of Remembrance. And to see the whole borough come out at all of these events was quite incredible, and it really did show the best of Erewash. I was incredibly proud to welcome lots of youth groups into the town hall. For me, it matters that young people feel that this place here belongs to them too, and that they can see themselves as part of the future of Erewash. It matters that they know that democracy does work for them, and it's something that they can actively get involved with. And that's speaking from a person that won by 6 votes on a 4th recount as well. So voting does matter. Just, I'd like to give a special thanks to Rowan, wherever he is as well, tucked behind the door, from Demographic Services for supporting me through all these tours. And I think by the end of it, we had it down to quite a good tee of what we were doing. I'll let you be the judge of that. And of course, another highlight of the year was the Erewash Voluntary Awards here. We transformed this room into something quite amazing, but more importantly, we recognise some of the brilliant volunteers who are the backbone of our community. People don't do it because they want praise and recognition, but simply they care about the people that live here and the place they are from. And then, of course, like we've heard about, there was the Reliant Robin road trip to our twin towns of Romoranton, Chalons and Llanthony. It was certainly memorable, and I'm sure I'll talk to you afterwards all about it as well. I'd like to thank everybody who has sponsored me for that, and of course, thanks to the team or my friends that came along with me. We had a fantastic civic year. We managed to raise close to £6,000 for two charities exceptionally close to my heart. It's meant a lot. I'd also like to thank all the staff of Erewash Borough Council for the work they do day to day supporting our community. Often that work is done quietly, behind the scenes, sometimes in difficult circumstances, but it makes a real difference. And I think Greg puts it well, yeah, they make us look better as well. But yeah, thank you for your professionalism, your patience, your commitment. I've got a particular thanks to give out to the Civic and Democratic Services team for organising me, attempting to keep me in the right place at times, and genuinely checking in and making sure I was doing an okay job. And I appreciate that wasn't always the easiest task. Rowan, could you bring in the trolley? Sorry, this will be a quick bit. I know Amy's not here tonight, but Sam, Rowan, Amy, the Democratic Services team, come bar staff, come tour providers. Thank you very much. There's got to be a lot of this running, please. Thank you. I give yours at the end, brother. Sorry. To Haley and to Danielle, thank you very much. I know I've been a pain at times. Yeah, you laugh. You're fine, Greg. You're obviously fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, you deserve it. Thank you, Danielle. We are friends, see? Thank you. And to Sarah Pegg, she's around. If that's all right. We talked about the videos. I had the easy job standing in front of the camera. Sarah and the team behind the scenes have done amazing work, and they continue to do amazing work. We're starting to bring the council into the 21st century. This is the lady that does all the videos. Yeah, thank you for meeting me at the strangest of times as well to do all these things, working around my work diary.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
And finally, and most importantly, Jane. She's the lady that kind of does all the civic stuff behind the scene, and I know I've been an absolute pain. And she's been amazing, digging me, looking after me, and the whole civic side wouldn't run without doing it. So a huge thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, they've all kept me on track, so it's all down to them. It really is. I'd also like to thank him. He's not here tonight. My chaplain, Father Max. His support and guidance throughout the year has been amazing. And I know Greg will absolutely lean on his chaplains throughout the year as well. I'd also finally like to thank my partner Oliver. He's not here tonight. There's a real good reason he's not here tonight. He's rehearsing from a run for Come From Away at the Royal Theatre in Nottingham next week. It would be remiss of me not if I didn't take this opportunity to say there are still tickets available for it. I get told off with others. Runs from Tuesday to Saturday, matinees on a Wednesday and Saturday. It's only 90 minutes long. It's a short, really short performance. So you can get into the pub for last orders if you think it. But seriously, and Greg's talked about it, and all previous mayors know. His love, patience, and support has been unwavering this year. Civic life takes up a lot of evenings, weekends, and calendar space, probably more than it's reasonable when you're working full time as well. But I couldn't have done it without him, and his support's been fantastic. But most of all, I'd like to thank the people of Erewash. Thank you for those people that have invited me to their events, welcomed me into their schools, churches, community groups, businesses, charities and organisations. Thank you to everyone who's worked hard for their family, looks out for one another, their neighbours, because they just want to see Erewash be the best place it can be. Being the youngest mayor of Erewash has been quite a unique privilege. I know youth is sometimes not the thing people associate with civic heads. And it hasn't come without its challenges. If you look at some Facebook comments, I'm sure you all get the idea of it. But I hope that in some way, in some small way, my year has shown that public service is not reserved for one age group, one background or one type of person. Our councils and communities and our civic life is stronger when people of all ages, all backgrounds feel able to step up and get involved and make a difference. And in my year as mayor has encouraged one young person to believe that they have a place in public life, then that is something that I'm very proud about. For me, it's been something even more special because Erewash is not just somewhere where I represent or a part of it and where I represent. It's a place I've always called home. I've always lived in Longington and Sawley. So that's been exceptionally special to me. I've many memories to treasure, and I thank councillors for the honour of bestowing upon me this privilege of serving the borough over the last 2 years. It's been an honour and a privilege to serve as mayor in the place that I truly love and serve Erewash in my own individual way. But, Your Worship, once again, I offer my congratulations to yourself and to your wife. I wish you the very best year that is possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Atkinson. That's wonderful. Okay, now it's item number 6, appointment of the deputy mayor. Do I have anybody who's going to move? Councillor Hare.
Yeah, I move that Councillor Linda Burns be appointed deputy mayor of the borough for the ensuing civic year. Now, I didn't do a speech because I'm not a one for big speeches. I don't do big speeches. I do what I do. It would have been that long if I'd have done it. A lot of you know, Linda and I do a lot of work together around the communities, not just Cotmanay, Orsworth, Longington, everywhere. We do a lot together, and I don't think I could have chosen a better person to take that post. Apart from myself, obviously, Linda. But then I declined. No, I can't think of anybody better to actually do that job.
And do we have anybody to second the nomination? Councillor Poole.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hold on, I've got in my words. Fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I fully endorse the testament given by Councillor Hare. I have no hesitation in seconding this proposal that Councillor Linda Burns be elected as Deputy Mayor on the forthcoming civic year.
Okay, if there's no further nominations, okay, so we are going to put it to a vote. All those in favor of accepting Councillor Burns? Okay, any against? Any abstentions? It passes. Councillor Burns, congratulations. Councillor Burns and I have worked together quite a bit over the past couple of years, and I know she's going to be a great Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to speak and say a few words?
Mr. Mayor, fellow councillors, ladies and gentlemen, I should like to express my sincere appreciation to you for electing me as Deputy Mayor of the Borough for the forthcoming civic year, an honour I am delighted to accept. Thank you to Councillor Hare and Councillor Paul for proposing and seconding my nomination, and to you, the Council, for endorsing the nomination. Greg thoroughly deserves the honour of becoming Mayor of our borough this evening, and I am proud to have been given the opportunity to support him during the next year. I'm looking forward to attending the varied engagements within the borough and the county on behalf of the council when the Mayor is unable to do so, and will be supported by Mr. Richard Pollard, who is sat at the back there, and Councillor Josie Hare. Once again, thank you for the honour. Thank you.
Okay. For those of you in the gallery, the next bit of businesses goes by rather quickly, so we're almost done. Hang in there. Okay. The next bit of business is item number 7, the minutes. And I would ask if somebody would move. Okay, I move the minutes of the meeting of council held on 5th of March 2026 be approved as a true record and signed by me. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and can I offer you both my congratulations on your new appointments, and congratulations to Harry on the conclusion of his. You've certainly set the bar high. I think for any future mayor, how you're going to improve on a Reliant Robin around Europe, I don't quite know. But without further ado, I'm happy to second the minutes, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Dawson. Okay, so so now we're going to vote on it. All those are in favor of the minutes? Any objection? Any objections? No. Any abstentions? No. It passes unanimously. Yes. All right. And item number 8, appointment of the council executive. This is a report that the chief executive relating to the appointments by the leader and the lead members and their portfolios. And we will be dealing with this, and I take it Councillor Everett or Councillor Dawson.
So I'm happy to move that council notes the appointments of lead members and their portfolios as set out in the report.
Okay, and do I have a seconder? Councillor Everett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Firstly, thank you to Councillor Atkinson for a wonderful year. I'm sure the mayoral chains are very glad that you are no longer able to leave them on rooftops or anywhere else. And congratulations, Councillor Maskok and Councillor Burns. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful couple of years for the both of you. And I am happy to second the appointment for the appointments to the council executive.
Okay, all those in favour of the appointments of the council executive? Any objections? Any abstentions? No, it passes unanimously. Okay, number 9, political balance of council committees and panels. This is a report of the chief executive relating to the political balance on the council. And so we'll deal with this item. And Councillor Dawson, would you like to move this?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I move that council approves the political balance as detailed in the report.
Councillor Everett, would you like to second?
I second this report.
Okay, all those in favour? All those against? Any abstentions? It passes unanimously. Item number 10, allocation of seats on council committees. This is a report of the chief executive relating to the establishment of the allocation of seats on council committees and panels. And the leader has something on this to say.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that council confirms the establishment of the various committees, chairman and vice chairman and committee members for the civic year 2026 to 2027. as detailed in the report. However, there is a minor amendment, which I have already spoken to Democratic Services about, and that is on the General Purposes Committee. Councillor Snaith will now take the place of Councillor Paul.
Okay.
Thank you.
With that slight amendment in there, can we have a vote on acceptance of?
We need a second.
Oh, we need a seconder. I'm sorry. Councillor Everett, I'm sorry to tread on your toes there.
I know it's a small role, but important one, Chair. I second it.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, all those in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? It carries. Item number 11, appointments of outside bodies. This is a report of the Chief Executive relating to the appointment of members of outside bodies. The mayor and I will be dealing with this item. And so I asked the leader if he would like to comment on it.
Note that I move the appointments for outside bodies for the ensuing civic year 26-27 be approved.
And anybody wanting, Councillor Everett, would you like a second?
I second.
Okay, thank you very much. All those in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? It passes unanimously. Number 12, scheme of delegation. This is a report of the Chief Executive relating to the Council's scheme of delegation, which has to be agreed at annual council each year. And I would like to invite somebody to formally move and second the revised scheme of delegation, which has been circulated with the council summons to be approved. Councillor Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the scheme of delegation for the civic year 26-27 attached to the council summons be agreed.
And do we have a seconder? Councillor Everett?
I second.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Everett. Okay, and so all in, yes?
Yes.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstentions? It carries. That concludes the business of the council. The meeting is closed, and I invite all guests and councillors to the reception to be held in the committee's rooms back there. Thank you.
All rise for His Worship, the Mayor, the Deputy Mayor and the Chief Executive.